Hello, happy full moon on November 12th, 2019. I just decided to share my morning practice with you. And I apologize for the video. I rarely use my MacBook to record, but it catches the frame here perfectly. And the most important thing was to begin to use my voice again, to express my creativity, and to share the great purpose which I came here to accomplish collectively with other rising divine feminine beings and those that support the divine feminine, those who have their divine masculine and feminine in balance and are opening to achieve that balance. So all of these things are completely supported with this full moon. Dakota, my bestie, just joined us. And this is how I share. I literally just invite you to experience my practice, what I'm diving into at the moment, which is related to current energies and current themes, and we're all experiencing those energies. That's why astrology is a great common thread. We all experience the energies. We may manifest them and display them in different ways based on our own unique signs and attributes and experiences. So this morning, to honor and work with the energies of this full moon, my practice includes a personal tarot reading that will actually be transpersonal, because I'm certain that it is the energy for all of us. As I connected with an amazing group of goddesses last night at the Goddess Nest in Pittsburgh, Shadyside area. I'm thrilled to be a Pantheon member. We wrote our new moon intention, which is when we set those desires or plant those seeds of intention. We plant the seeds of intention with the spirit of love on the new moon, and at the full moon, we are grateful and acknowledging and recognizing what we've already called in and manifested. So I wish to share my new moon and full moon intentions. And the tarot reading, I used the Animals Divine, and I've got an amazing stitite here, beautiful stone that already was out, and boy does it just radiate and emulate the star. So this crystal helps to bring the energy of the star, represented by Kuan Yin in this deck. She's absolutely beautiful. Kuan Yin pours the vessel. She's Aquarius in the zodiac. And the Six of Pentacles, Earth. And this is all about building, and building effortlessly, and building successfully with others. All things just coming together, not looking at the destruction of the past, only building towards the future. In this deck, it's represented by the prairie dogs. So we'll elaborate more on this. And also, my morning practice includes the Cobra breath, which is a breath I've committed to doing for the next 40 days at least, and Yogi Bhajan's rebirthing, which I have been working with for some time now, in addition to other death and rebirth shamanic practices. So I'm going to share just a smidget of House Cleaning 3 is Yogi Bhajan's lecture and kriya for the day. And I want to share just a smidgen of all this, because if you come and join me at a class, an event, or a retreat, this is the kind of thing you'll experience. So let's begin. If you would like to practice with me. If not, turn it off and come back later and experience this full moon ceremony, full moon ritual. I invite you to make this ritual your own or add it to what you're already doing. And by all means, reach out. I am available and thrilled and honored to assist you and walk with you on your journey. We have private sessions via Zoom, on location in Shadyside currently, and working to build a retreat center in the Laurel Highlands, as well as traveling on retreat to Mexico, Colorado, Bali, Egypt, and more. So, happy full moon. Find a comfortable seat, maybe on a cushion. Feel your sit bones rooting into the earth. Let your tailbone extend and point down to the earth, perhaps imagining a literal connection or cord from your tailbone into the earth. And then draw a deep breath, inhaling the energy of the earth. Hold at the apex of the breath and feel that energy merging with the energy of your heart. Pour love onto that mix and exhale, allowing your shoulders to float off your back body. Inhale through the crown of your head, inhaling the light of the stars, pure white light of consciousness. Hold at the apex of the breath and feel as that energy merges with your heart. Pour love onto that mix and exhale out every cell in every direction. And now simultaneously inhale the energy of earth and sky. Feel as they merge together with the energy of your heart and pour love and gratitude onto that mix. I exhale it out to every being on the planet. And now for the cobra breath, perhaps watch the first time and then join in. And we'll just do 3 together today. I'm doing 12 each day and increasing that to 40. But here's the cobra breath. Tip of tongue on the roof of the mouth. Inhale as you raise your head up. Lower the head down and continue the inhale, tongue still at the roof of the mouth. And then begin a slow, thorough exhale with the tip of your tongue on the back of your bottom teeth. Inhale, rise. Lower, continue the inhale, tip of tongue, roof of mouth. Exhale. Breathe normally, steady deep inhales and exhales for a moment of silence. Yogi Bhajan, in this house cleaning lecture, says, if the subconscious is clogged, you start squeezing yourself and you become limited, smaller and smaller and smaller. All too small. That's the game. When you are small, you cannot handle all. When you can handle all, you cannot act small. When you cannot act small, you are happy, you are gracious, you are giving, you are loving, you are righteous, and you are religious. Yogi Bhajan. And there's a whole lecture which I will share in the full practice with you at the Goddess Nest. But please join me in experiencing the Kriya. And this is a small portion. Kriya is a mudra, which is your hand positioning, and sometimes mantra, which is mind chant, and oftentimes movement. So today's Kriya, what I'm going to share with you here would normally be 30 minutes. We would hold the first one for 10 minutes, which is long and challenging. We're going to just hold it for 1 minute for today's brief snippet. Feel free to do it longer. I would love to hear your comments of what happens if you buckle down and begin a private morning Kundalini practice. You will experience transformation. So, the first one involves the ego eradicator mudra, which is taking the tips of my fingers to the mounds at the beginning of your palm, and the thumb, which is the ego, is standing straight up, and you're going to roll those in, keeping the tips of your fingers touching the mound and thumb extended. It's challenging when you do these things and do them really as correctly as you're able. And if you're not able to touch the tips of your fingers to the pads there, then there is some imbalance and inflammation and injury, preventing that. So this can help to heal. It's very therapeutic. So sitting nice and tall with steady breathing, your eyes are closed, hands in ego eradicator, and you are extending the shoulder fully. Yogi Bhajan specifically says the arms are stretched forward at a 60-degree angle from the heart center. The hands are, sorry, I need my glasses, 15 degrees above parallel. Stretch the arms out from the shoulder, lifting and stretching from the shoulder joint. Feel the stretch in the armpit. When the maximum stretch is reached, begin circling the arms in quick, small, outward circles for 10 minutes. Yogi Bhajan continues to say, when you reach a point that you can't do it, start doing it faster. There are 4 mounds under my fingers. See that they touch. If they don't touch, it means there's a pain here, and these joints are a little brittle. My shoulders are out. My armpit has stretched. We are now empowering our 3 nervous systems. The armpit is very powerful. So with that, I will set the timer for 1 minute, and join me if you will. Stretch until you feel your armpit stretching. The circles are counterclockwise, going outward. Small circles. Steady fluid breathing. Remember, keep the fingertips touching the mounds. We are waking up our 3 nervous systems. If you feel you can't do it, go faster. Yogi Bhutan encourages us to break the norm, to confuse our minds as to make it work and see things in new ways. To know that if I could do this for 10 minutes, I could do anything. Nine more if you wish after we finish up here. Next, with the arms stretching out from the shoulders, turn the palm down toward the ground and begin crisscrossing the arms. This one is just 1 minute. We'll do 30 seconds of this together. Arms outstretched, palms facing down, crisscrossing the hands. Again, steady fluid breathing. You want to feel the armpit stretching. The armpit is powerful. If you've got shit to get rid of, move the armpit. Stretching, crisscrossing. This next one is challenging, is fun. I actually cannot believe I am about to do it on video because it takes time and it's confusing a little. But these are the kinds of things that we do if we really want change. If you want to see your shadow and love every aspect of it, honor it, and then choose to live in the light, to see the glass half full, to know your power, to accept that today is a brand new day and I am a powerful creatrix, came here to accomplish something magical, something purely my own and unique. So it's important for all of us to find our unique message and voice and gift and begin to share it freely and abundantly. That is the other card. That's the other meaning of the 6 of Pentacles, is great generosity. You have achieved success and you've got more to share. And that can be expressed in many different ways. So these all tie together, all of these different elements that I work with to commune with spirit, commune with nature, integrate my spirit into my body, and communicate from that fully integrated place. No longer slave to ego or thoughts. Not to say there are no more struggles, there are. But this will help us. I have to get my glasses. Here they are. This one's great. Reverse shock system. Place the hands on the sides of the face, covering the cheeks, but not the eyes, nose, or mouth. Take a nice breath. Then quickly, with force, pull the hands away from the face. Create a shock. Create a surprise. Create a sound, but don't rush it. Allow the hands to rest on the face. Take a breath. And then act afraid. Then relax and continue for 3 minutes. This exercise builds the immune system and allows one to confront adversity. I don't know about you, but I have had some struggles in my life with conflict and starting to recognize that, hey man, you're a control freak and maybe you want to think about why you have a need to control things. This is speaking to me personally and sharing some of my personal struggles with you. This exercise builds the immune system. What do we need to do coming into autumn? Build coming in from fall to winter, actually, and allow one to confront adversity. Learn what is here in this area and create a shock system, an element of surprise, an element of fear, an element of pain, an element of whatever it takes to reverse the neuron patterns and give you strength when actually you are in pain. You want to live? Try this. This will build your immune system. It will give you the intuitive sense to support yourself. It will help you to confront adversity. Play the reverse shock system. For a while, it will look odd, and then it will become even. Then you will get confused. I am telling you the stages that you will go through. And then you'll hate yourself. And then you'll keep doing it without even knowing what you were doing. This is how it happens. That's normally what a shock does. Yogi Bhajan likes to create sort of worst case scenario, your fears, your things, and death and rebirth. This is what we're doing, death and rebirth. And this is so when it's time to leave this body, we're not afraid. We're ready to transition. It's one of the things here. So I will, let's reverse shock. Let's create a shock system, an element of surprise. And please join me with this for 30 seconds and have fun with it. I was truly feeling ridiculous the first time. Good stuff. One more I would like to share with you today. Bring the ego eradicator mudra in front of the face, this way though. And we're not curling the fist all the way in, just the tips of the fingers are touching the pads at the base of the fingers, thumbs touching. Ego eradicator mudra in front of the face, palms out. Spin the thumbs over each other in small circles. Look straight into the moving mudra. If you feel dizzy, stop. Otherwise, keep going for 90 seconds. The idea is to help the brain's energy, the master computer, our master computer, so that your life has an immediate intuitive answer. That's the idea. The faster you do it and concentrate on it, the better the result. Again, 30 seconds. Make sure the tips of the fingers are touching the pads. Straighten the spine. Move your shoulders down your back body. So I really hope you enjoyed this brief snippet of Kundalini Yoga. I would like to share with you a little bit of insight about the star. Number 17 in traditional tarot, again, gorgeously represented by Kuan Yin in this deck. hope, spirituality, renewal, inspiration, serenity. I have a couple of quotes here for you. If you follow your star, you cannot fail of glorious heaven. You cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, your destiny, life, karma, whatever. This approach has never let me down, and it has made all the difference in my life. And that is Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple. For my part, I know nothing with any certainty, but the sight of the stars makes me dream. And in traditional tarot, the number 17 equals 8, which of course is infinity. And there are actually 8 stars depicted, each with 8 points on them in the traditional tarot. 8 is the strength card in tarot. So the star really tells us that we have the strength, we have all the support to manifest our dreams. The star brings renewed faith and hope, and a sense that you are truly, truly blessed by the universe at this time and supported in bringing out your special gift, your special voice, what is unique to you and only you, and sharing it with others. Give generously. You're supported in that. And open to receive. For some to give generously, there have to be others who are really ready to receive that generosity and that blessing. And if we're all just giving and receiving what we have, there is surely no one doing without, no one in want. And that is the energy of this full moon. It is really the time of harvest and fulfillment, and also a big preparation and a time of moving into even bigger energies in 2020, which is right around the corner. So another thing that I am doing is a 7-day cleanse prior to Thanksgiving, prior to a time when we tend to indulge a little bit and celebrate. If you would like to join me in this 7-day cleanse, I'm using the Shaklee 7-day cleanse primarily because it's really easy. It comes in a little box with a daytime packet and a nighttime packet and a lot of recipes and support. So join me if you would in this 7-day cleanse. We'll have a link in the notes below. So also that 6 of Pentacles. And from this one, in this Animals Divine Tarot, again represented by the prairie dog. Generosity, charity, giving, prosperity, sharing, wealth. This is what we talked about. If you have much, give of your wealth. If you have little, give of your heart. We've all got something to give. And sometimes we get to a place where we've given all we've got. That happens, you know. And if you're in that place and you need to rest and rebuild your own energy, then do so. And I'm so happy to share ways of nourishing yourself. And all of this is also supported in our harvest retreat, our virtual harvest retreat. It is an online course that is literally designed to give you everything you need to assist you in turning your own space into a retreat for one weekend. It's 3 little practices, 3 approximately 90 minutes of something to read, something to write, to explore, to dive into, some little practices and rituals, mirroring. You're asked to mirror, to sit in front of the mirror naked and love yourself. Start to notice every little beautiful, amazing detail and look at it with new, fresh, adoring eyes. And that is when we begin to mirror the best and brightest in others, when we can mirror the best and brightest in ourselves. So there is a wonderful mythical law of nature that the three things we crave most in life, happiness, freedom, and peace of mind, are always attained by giving them to someone else. And that was Peyton Conway, an Army Chief of Staff. And last, the purpose of human life is to serve and show compassion and the will to help others. And that's Albert Schweitzer, a theologian and philosopher. So in helping others, we help ourselves, right? It's creating that cycle of reciprocity by being generous. What we wish to experience and see in our daily lives is what we've got to put out. And what you are receiving is what you've been putting out. So if you need a little bit of guidance in helping you to learn the ways of not only seeing those parts of yourself, but transforming the emotions and energies that rise up as a result, and learning to bring it all into balance. So this is Tami Gingrow of Body and Balance Healing Center. Actually, I realized there was one more thing here. I like to surround myself with beautiful natural things. So I've got my Himalayan salt candles. This is a part of setting your own altar. My Stittite, my tarot decks. I've got some aragonite here, which helps you to sweep out what's under the carpet and gives you the light that you need to support you in transforming and transmuting it. I've got my beautiful little natural paper box with special note cards that I can tack up. So my new moon intention from October 27th, because we're still under the energy of that new moon and starting to experience the energy of the next new moon. They're 30-day cycles. So I want to share with you my October 27th new moon intention is to acquire land to build an eco-community and retreat center in Indian Head, Pennsylvania, the Laurel Highlands of Pennsylvania, to build an Earthship retreat center and to invite all the community of Earthship lovers that are ready to go on an internship to come and help us build this. A community involves many, so we're open to all of the help and assistance and support. So that's my new moon intention. And my full moon manifestation, which is today, this is what we want to honor what we've already manifested, seeds that we've planted that are starting to come to fruition. And boy, have I been planting lots and lots of seeds. So I'm rising with the divine feminine. I'm honored to be a Pantheon member of the Goddess Nest in Pittsburgh. Maybe people are ready for the goddess. If any of you have seen my work for a long time, goddess yoga is something that's very personal to me. And that simply means knowing that you are divine and then living life to its fullest, living limitless. So it's simply crossing a goddess and a badass. It's a goddess. There's nothing sacrilegious or egoic about it. It's just beginning to know your power and learn to use it responsibly and beneficially. So I'm rising with the divine feminine. Astrologically supported, powerful feminine energy is on the rise. The eclipses, the high energy things, the tough things that we've all been through, the towers that have fallen, the devastation that's happened in different ways in our lives through grief or loss or rejection or worthlessness, one of the worst of all, and fear and doubt. It's truly being free, 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 free indeed. I am free indeed. And I invite you on the path to freedom. Lots and lots and lots of love and light. Absorb it and then reflect it, radiate it. Be a beacon of light wherever you are. And then all our light beacons are connected around the planet, and the planet glows and vibrates in a brilliant and powerful way of which we are all one and we are all connected. Namaste. The light in me sees and greets the light in you with great joy. Tami Gingrow, Body and Balance Healing Center and the Goddess Nest, wishing you a happy full moon and blessings. Many, many blessings.